The anti-homosexuality bill passed by Uganda's parliament earlier this week proposes the death penalty for the offence of aggravated homosexuality, life imprisonment for the offence of homosexuality itself, up to 14 years for attempted homosexuality, and up to 20 years in jail for promoting homosexuality.
It is also governance and rule of law issues.
Prompting this United Nations official to say his heart goes out to lesbian, gay and bisexual Ugandans.
The passing of this discriminatory bill, probably among the worst of its kind in the world, is a deeply troubling development. If signed into law, it will render lesbian, gay and bisexual people in Uganda criminals simply for being who they are and for existing. It could provide a carte blanche for the systematic violation of nearly all of their human rights and serve to incite people against each other. The bill confuses consensual and non-consensual relationships. Consensual relationships must never be criminalized.
He went further, calling the bill a massive distraction from taking the necessary action to end sexual violence, arguing it ran counter to the country's legal obligations on human rights, while invoking the words of a late South African Nobel Peace Laureate.
Let us be clear, this is not about values. Promoting violence and discrimination against people for who they are and who they love is wrong, and any disingenuous attempts to justify this on the basis of values must be called out and condemned. The late Archbishop Desmond Tutu spoke about how pernicious and ghastly it is that people are penalized and killed simply and solely on the basis of their sexual orientation, and he has called for us all to oppose this injustice.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau took to Twitter calling the legislation appalling and abhorrent, while the United States, first through Secretary of State Antony Blinken, warned it would undermine fundamental rights of all Ugandans and reverse the gains in the fight against HIV/AIDS, as the White House also weighed in.
The bill is one of the most extreme anti-LGBTQI+ laws in the world. Human rights are universal. No one should be attacked, imprisoned, or killed simply because of who they are or whom they love.
Warning of possible repercussions.
This is the Parliament passing it. It still has some process to go here. We're certainly watching this real closely, and we would have to take a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that we would have to take, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed and enacted.
Human Rights Watch also called for President Museveni to reject the extreme bill. The rights NGO further called on Uganda to introduce comprehensive non-discrimination legislation that would protect sexual and other minorities in line with its international obligations. Sherman Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.